Hi, I'm Jim Morton. I'm from St. Thomas, dispatcher, one of 4 dispatchers there. I've been with Voyago for about 7 years and at St. Thomas about 3 years now. Typical day for me starts 5:30 in the morning. So I start by opening up the building, check for any phone messages, get the cash ready, get the tickets ready for sale, make sure the manifests are printed off for the para drivers. And then after that I do administrative duties on the computer, entering gas, mileage, fuel consumption, etc. And then open up the door for anyone walking in, and then after that take any phone calls for people booking rides or inquiring about the conventional transit. For dispatch, we use 2 separate systems. For the para system, we use a system called VIA, a live program that people are able to book on-demand rides, and then we're able to input para rides on the system. For our conventional, we use a system called Metrolinks, and it's tracking software. It gives us a map of St. Thomas, where all the streets are and whatnot, see where the stops are, the buses are, the time that they're supposed to be at the stop, and then, if they're early, if they're late, etc. It also assists if there's an accident or whatever. I'm able to look on. If I'm not familiar with the streets, I can look on the map and then guide the driver from there to go around the accident. The city and others are able to see other stuff like how fast the bus is going. The manifest comes through the software system, yes. We're able to print off for each driver. It's got all the information on current at the time of the manifest. It could change, like we could have an on-demand ride come in almost at the same time of printing it, but it doesn't go on the system right away. The system differs because it's a computer-based program, internet-based program, I should say, whereas the other program was all manual. We had to manually put the name in, address, where they're going, the time of the pickup, and then we'd manually assign it to the drivers, make up the manifest. It'd be quite intensive. It'd take about over an hour to go through all the calls and design who was going to be on that bus and on the other buses there. Whereas the VIA system does all that for us. It assigns the buses according to what it analyzes where the bus should be and how long it's going to be to take to get to the ride and whatnot, and then does the on-demands too. Takes away a lot of mistakes that could happen, because you could maybe assign a bus to be in 2 different parts of town and not really realize that you did that. And the city's able to see all that. Supervisors are able to see that too. Whereas the other program was basically just internal. Number 1 skill would be computer literate, knowing how to work with the program and what the program does for you. There's other skills like problem solving, being compassionate with the customers and understanding their problems, that could come up. As far as the drivers go, understanding what they're going through. I know a few of the tricks. Being I previously did it. A quick thinker would be another one there. Trying to figure out if it's a problem that we can figure out over the radio. A lengthy conversation, I encourage them to phone in, and then we'll talk over the phone. Like a lift issue, it'd probably be easier to talk on the phone over it than be discussing it on the radio. Figure out what the problem is. Can we fix it over the phone? If it can't be fixed, then we'll have to figure out how to get a replacement vehicle. If it's a problem where the bus has to be taken off the road, like brake problems, whatever, where it immediately has to be stopped, and then we'll get a tow truck there. Yeah, and knowing the vehicles too makes a difference. Being familiar with what we have on the road in St. Thomas. We have different years, and different years have different problems involved with them. Number 1, make sure that the manifests are printed out for the drivers. So they have easy access to it, because they need it for when they log onto the phone. They use a phone for the systems there. So they need a license plate number to log on there, so I make sure that that's all done. Making sure that they circle check the vehicles there and everything's fine there. With the para drivers, there could be someone that wants to purchase tickets, make sure that they have tickets for them, and then they know how much that they have to get off the rider for that. Letting them know that maybe there's some kind of special instructions that they need to know. That, for instance, going to the hospital, what door they need to be at the hospital, drop the person off, pick them up. For the conventional, just make sure that they know what route they're on, what bus they have, being there to support them for that. You know, if there's any troubles, like maybe a headlight or something like that, I'm able to do that pretty much on the spot there for them, so I can take care of that. The biggest advice I would give is don't be afraid to ask questions. There will be problems that crop up, and don't be afraid of the problem. Like, there hopefully is a solution to solve that problem. Either talk to the dispatcher or talk to another driver and get advice on that. Favorite part of my job would be to be able to help people out. Some people that have forgotten that they didn't make the appointment for the bus, and being able to slot them in and getting them there on time for their appointment.